taking you not just to the US Open, but where the US Open used to be too.
Go around, standing outside. Man is born, man lives, man dies, and it's all vanity. He tried thrills. He said, I gave myself to enjoy pleasure.
Call ended. I mean, as you can see, Djokovic played incredible last night. Absolutely deserves the win and is looking great going into the final. Look at the precision. He's playing great defense. And you hear bravo. There was some Serbian. I got lucky enough to sit next to some Serbians, but most of the stadium wanted the American guy to win. Anyways, here's a picture of me with the two from Australia. Serbians who live in Australia came all the way out here to see their hero, Nole. Anyways, the last video, the biggest thing we talked about, or the thing that got the most comments, was comparing Djokovic, like Uncle Tony said, comparing Djokovic to like his better years in 2015, 2011. We don't have time to look at a million comments, so I'll just go with one message from, this is a friend of mine who actually has been behind the scenes in tennis, has worked as a part of a team of a well-known player. And anyways, I'm not going to say who he is or anything, but he's been in the locker rooms. He's met Djokovic before in the locker room. He's met, he's been around all the players on tour. He's been in all the big tournaments around the world. Anyways, he texted this to me. He said, Joker had a lockdown mode where he was like Pong back then. He wouldn't miss. His lockdown mode today is not quite that good, right? But he has gotten better with his serve, better with the volley. He's more aggressive with the forehand. My friend didn't say that, but that's true too. His Pong game isn't as good as it was with Federer. 6 times in Masters 1000 finals, he ended up at 6-6 in the third set and ended up 6-0 in those matches. As we know, he's undefeated in Masters deciding tiebreaks, deciding set tiebreaks. 6-0 in those matches, winning all 6 sudden death tiebreak. The first 5 were lockdown mode perfected. The last one against Alcaraz wasn't the same lockdown mode, but it still worked. Maybe Alcaraz's strength of shot had something to do with it, but as jaded as I have always found Uncle Tony to be, as jaded as he's been, on this one, I agree in some ways. So I'll leave it right there. Yes, the lockdown mode, where Djokovic just wouldn't miss and could contain anything you could throw at him, it's not quite that good, but it's not too far off, and it's closer to what he used to be than anyone else on tour right now. Maybe Alcaraz's lockdown mode could be better than Djokovic's. I don't know. I think they're pretty close. We saw Djokovic outlast Alcaraz in lockdown mode in that match in Cincinnati, which unfortunately we don't get the rematch from there, but I'm excited to see the 2021 rematch because as I said Medvedev had a chance and Shelton didn't. I said it would probably be straight sets, but I wanted it to be 4. We'll take the tiebreak. But Medvedev, I said he had a chance. I wish I would have given him more respect. No one really did. I don't feel too bad about it. Everyone in the world was saying Alcaraz was going to win. But Medvedev, talk about a guy with another incredible lockdown mode. On hard courts, Medvedev really deserved this because on hard courts, Djokovic and Medvedev are the best on hard courts all year. They've won all the major hard court tournaments except Alcaraz getting Indian Wells. They've looked best on hard court. They have the best records. So this US Open deserves this final. It plays fast. It makes sense that the guys with the flatter can step in earlier and be more aggressive with precision. It makes sense that those guys made the finals. Anyways, moving on from there, let's preview it with Medvedev. I thought Medvedev did a really good job. Let's take a listen to what Medvedev had to say.
Match from your Grand Slam victory.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, you know, against Novak it's the same. He is always better than previous time he plays. So, for example, I beat him US Open final, he beat me in Bercy in a great match. Carlos beat him Wimbledon, he beat him Cincinnati. So Novak is gonna be his best version on Sunday.
And they asked Medi about this again. Let me play that too. Like the reporters in the room, the journalists didn't get it or something, so he had to talk about that more, about how good he's gonna have to be because Joker's not gonna come at you the same way as last time.
I say, thinking that Novak, when he loses, he's never the same after. So he's different. It's just a different mentality. That's why he
never the same.
3 Grand Slams,
different.
Whatever, Masters 1000, weeks as a #1. So I have to use it knowing that he's going to be 10 times better than he was that day. And I have to be, if I want to still beat him, 10 times better than I was that day. And that's what I'm going to try to do.
Okay.
So Meds is saying Djokovic is going to come at him 10 times better. He's going to have to be 10 times better himself. I still like Djokovic to win this match, as I did in the beginning, and the draw show. As you were thinking, as I was thinking with Alcaraz, we could see easily a 4 or 5 set match in this final still. It doesn't matter that it's Medvedev or Alcaraz. I think it's still going to be very close. But I just put Djokovic as Medvedev was saying there, he's going to come back so much harder. And the best part of that quote was when Meds said that this is the reason why the guy's won 23 Grand Slams, won however many Masters. Medvedev can't even keep track of it. No one can. However many Masters that Djokovic won. That's why. That's one of the things that makes him unique. I don't have this clip for you, but and it seems like there's maybe a tornado about to happen, so we'll go inside to finish this up and look at some more stuff. But I don't have this clip for you, but it was a clip Patrick Mouratoglou was talking to Monfils, Benoit Paire there. I don't know, there's another French guy in there. They didn't show him on camera, maybe it was Gasquet. And, Monfils said the funniest thing. He said, when fans come up to me, especially the ones who get aggressive, they're like angry at me that I didn't win a slam. They say, you're so good. If you would have worked harder, if you would have focused better, you would have won a Grand Slam. And Monfils said, no, that's not true. They're talking about a hypothetical situation about a player who doesn't exist. I am who I am. I'm not that version that they imagine. And he said, it's simple as Djokovic, Nadal, the big three, they're just better. They're just that much better than me. Doesn't matter what you imagine I could have done different in my career. You guys can't imagine how much better these guys are. And that's what Medvedev was saying there. That's why Djokovic has won all these Masters and Majors, because he's never going to come at you the second way twice. You beat him somewhere, he's going to come at you harder the next time. And it's just a mental thing. His mental approach, the way he is, the way he's, he goes to war basically, better than anyone else when it comes to the big matches. He's going to show up so prepared. I think we're in for a great match, and that's a great line from Medvedev. Let's go inside before the rain starts hitting us. Anyways, I got some more clips for you, and I want to look at some points from the Shelton-Djokovic match that I was so lucky to attend. And of course, one question that you might have that I haven't addressed yet is, was it disrespectful of what Novak Djokovic did with ending the call? And I'm just going to go with what Ben Shelton said. When you win, you pretty much get to do whatever you want. It's the highest form of flattery, is imitation. I don't know if he really believes that, but that was a class way for him to handle it in press. And I think, Djokovic and his fans have been slighted so many times. Pete was making a great point talking to me about how sick Djokovic must be of hearing questions like, how does it feel to see an American player here in the semifinal? How does it feel to play Americans in the quarterfinals? Are you happy for American tennis? And Pete was saying Djokovic's real answer should be like, no, I don't give a F about American tennis and TFO and Ben Shelton. Yeah, Ben Shelton's an exciting young guy. He seems nice. He's got a big game. But he ain't hanging up the phone on me. And how sick is Djoker answering these kind of questions, Anyways, so I think it's fine. I love it. And there's so many Djokovic fans, and you'll see some of them in a minute. I went into the underground secret world of the Novak Djokovic super fan, thanks to a Coffee Break Tennis fan, actually, who let me right in the front door. You saw it in the intro. I was briefly hanging out with them during the Nole chant. It was fun. Anyways, let's look at some points. This is a mix. I don't have it in order. Some of these points are just illustrating, hey, look at Djokovic playing defense, turning it to offense. His lockdown mode, it's still very good. And I think, sometimes it's better not to go into lockdown mode and play it a little bit like Federer. Go into offensive mode. I like the version of Djokovic today better than the old version. It's incredible to see how he'd lock down things, and you still get a lot of that. But anyways, let's watch some of these clips. Some of these are showing you that, and I think some of these clips are showing why Djokovic must have been annoyed with the crowd and was eager to hang up the phone on Ben Shelton and the crowd as well. They were cheering double faults. They were cheering when he missed his first serve. Anyways, let's just watch some of these clips and look at the mix of that. Ready? Go. Drinking real coffee now, by the way. Okay, we've already seen this point 3 times now, but it was a great one. Or no, never mind. I'm sorry, that was a different point. We went up the line. The guy is still moving awesome. And you saw that last point before that. There's my Serbian friend. Just let it rolling. You saw the point before that where Djokovic turns defense into offense and almost squeaks it up the line, just missed. And now, notice Ben Shelton is dictating play from the baseline and inside. Couldn't come up with the volley there. Anyways, just more point play here. Looking how dialed up Djokovic is. He's going to be even better against Meds, and he has to be. That's some big hitting there. Djokovic is absorbing this pace. Standing back. Now he's in. Putting the pressure the other way. Didn't get it there. Didn't get the lucky bounce there. Okay, so this is Julie. She's a fan of copyright tennis. She's a Novak Djokovic super fan. My brother's opening the Airbnb door, so don't mind the noises. Anyways, this is a point she got. I actually wasn't there for the second match, but she was there. And take a look how awesome Medvedev looks. I mean, Medvedev is dialed in. He doesn't win this point, but you can see that Medvedev is playing awesome. Same kind of thing you see with Djokovic, you know, incredible court coverage. Medvedev's lockdown mode is probably better than Djokovic's now. And when he steps in to flatten it out and hit it deep, he can do just as much damage as Novak. Yeah. Okay. One more clip. Okay, so this is the Djoker fam, as they call them, and Julie is friends with some of these people here, and I gotta say, okay, it's kind of like a cult, you know, just kidding, a little bit, but it's also, you know, one thing it has in common with a cult, and this is a good thing. This is if cults have anything good going for them, this is what it is. Is it raining outside? Oh my God. My brother just walked into the appartement du New York, les États-Unis, and he's drenched. He's soaking wet. He looks like a wet dog. Or, in New York, a wet rat. What do you think of this room, by the way, Coachville?
Pretty small.
It's very small. What do you think about some of those big rats we saw last night? Don't worry. The next video I put up, you will get to see the giant New York City rats fight. It was dark. I don't know if the camera picked it up in detail, but we sure did. As I jumped over them and ran away, the locals were looking at me like, what's wrong with him? It's just a couple giant sewer rats fighting over a piece of pizza crust. Anyways, yeah, New York sucks. Is it? Can I say that? Is that okay?
New York's great.
Oh, New York's great. Okay, I mean, it's cool, but oh man, I'd much rather be in Paris. I'd much rather be in Rome. I'd much rather be in Torino, Milano, any of those places. I mean, even though, you know, Italy has that one problem going for it, that it has, it's full of Italians. Even with that, I think I'd rather go there than New York. The pizza's good. I like the bagels a lot. I'll take the pizza in Italy over the pizza here. But maybe I didn't go to the right place. I don't know. I mean, the pizza here is good too. Anyways, what the hell were we talking about? I have no idea. I don't remember. Oh, we're talking about the Djoker fam. And what they have in common with a cult is the one good thing about cults. You know, they have a real grievance. Yes, that's my towel. You can use either towel. We're checking out soon. I don't care which towel you use. They have a real grievance. You know, they're not superstitious when they feel like the world is against them, that the media is against Djokovic. And we've seen too many examples to discount this. So it's not hard to understand these people, why they're out there chanting. You know, like, I guess most people here, I looked it up, you know, it's like 40% locals, or almost 50-50, not international necessarily, but out-of-town traffic coming to the US Open. But about half are local fans. And I don't know if it's the people traveling or the locals. I would guess it's heavier on the local side. They don't know much about tennis. They're just cheering for the American guy. They don't know much about him. And they don't really, you know, recognize Djokovic's greatness. They don't understand the sport and the history of it and what Djokovic has meant to it well enough. So the whole crowd is kind of disrespectful and disgraceful. And that leads me into a couple clips we have. Check it out.
There they are.
Oh, that's so nice. How nice to cheer the fault. You know, this is the worst of all right here. You set up a point perfect, and you get that. Yeah, screw them. That's how I would. I mean, it was awesome in there. I got to say, I do love being here at the U.S. Open. All right, I got a couple more clips, and then we'll get out of here after these.
Made me lose to him, and I felt like even returning from back I can cause him trouble, and I managed to prove it today. And that's actually going back to Craig's
returning
question.
From deep,
is great to know that even against probably one of the best drop shooters and serve and volley guys in the game, can return from far, can win matches. So great.
Yeah. So Medvedev's happy there because he proved some haters wrong who said you can't win playing that far back. Well, on hard courts, you can. This is about the crowd.
Special. It's just that, as I say, for whatever reason, last game of the match, probably like 1,000 Spanish guys started yelling and shouting between first and second serve, and that's not nice. But what can you do? I can tell you, if after my career, I'm somewhere on the tennis match, and someone does it, I'm gonna be like, it's him, this guy should be out of the tournament. I'm not gonna even watch the match. I'm gonna be like, it's him who did it. Kick him out. But yeah, when I'm on the court, I have to just focus and try to win it.
That's right, Dan. I mean, Dirty Dan, Daniel Medvedev. Anyways, yeah, hit the music. We're gonna get out of here. Medvedev is ready for a Hitler guy situation, for eco-terrorism, like we saw in the Coco Gauff match. By the way, congratulations to Coco Gauff to winning. Sabalenka, I think after the comeback she had to go through, and that was pretty amazing too. She lost 6-0 in the first set and 1 and 2 tie breaks. It was gonna be hard to play another 3-setter right after that. Anyways, Medvedev will be ready to throw out any Hitler guys or eco-terrorists. Why didn't they just like cover their mouths up? You know, say like, all right, you glued your feet, the eco-terrorists, the climate change protesters during the Coco Gauff match. They should have said, like, put this tape on your mouth and you sit here and you watch the match. You're not going to disrupt the match. But the good thing about the eco-terrorists were that they were considerate enough to protest the women's semifinal, not the men's semifinals or the men's finals. So that was nice of them to not disrupt the most important matches. Anyways, today, who wins? Of course, I'm going Djokovic. I'm going to go Novak Djokovic wins. I'm going to go 4 or 5 sets. I think it's going to be an awesome match. I think Medvedev's lockdown mode is a little better, but Djokovic is right there. They're so close, and when it comes to knowing when to turn it on for the offense, when to be fearless, Djokovic is the best of all time at doing that. So why would that hinder? Why would he not be able to bring it this one time? You know, it's tough though. Medvedev, I don't have the clip. I wish I did. It was a good clip. Medvedev was talking about how this court plays fast. And so for whatever reason, he always serves better here. And he was serving lights out at times against Alcaraz. Djokovic returned better than Alcaraz, best of all time. Who's going to be more lights out in the clutch moments? Is he going to be able to come up with serves that even the great Djokovic can't get back when he absolutely needs them? Because he's going to have to do that a lot. Medvedev said to play Alcaraz, you know, he's going to have to be able to hit the line, not just hit it hard, but hit the line. Not with just the serve, but with the forehands and the backhands too. Hit the lines multiple times. It's not easy to do under pressure. Djokovic has proven to be the best at doing that when under pressure. I think he'll do it again. So Grand Slam incoming is my prediction in 4 or 5 sets. We'll be back to wrap it all up Monday or Tuesday. See ya!